In the Department of Interior, the Department of Interior Secretary announced $35.6 million in fiscal year 2019 to for support of American Samoa. Um, this is the budget that we get yearly from the Department of Interior. Okay, so and within this $35.6 million, they get broken down into each department in the government and some of the departments that are attached to the government. For example, the American Samoa Community College, they fall under the American Samoa government, but it's also a private entity, as well as the or ASPA, that's the American Samoa Power Authority. It's under the ASG, the American Samoa government, but also a private sector. Um, and then you also have, all these all these departments, the Board of Administration. So this $35.6 million gets divided. However, for example, workforce development training and division and radiology and laboratory, they get a 200,000 cut into them. Addressing nurse and support staff shortages, that's $249,000 that goes into that little department there under the Lyndon B. Johnson, our medical hospital, our local hospital here in American Samoa, right? And then a big chunk goes into, which is $23.2 million, and that one goes into the American Samoa government for operations, and and then within the major departments like the Department of Public Safety, the Homeland Security, all these the Department of Public Works, yada yada yada, and it just goes on, right? I bring this budget up because I have researched on how and where these money, or how it's all divided into each organization. And my concern that I bring up to this, secondly, is in July 5th of 2000 of this year, 2019, we've had a escaped prisoner who pretty much walked out of the facility without anybody knowing, like the corrections side of the house. According to Samoa News and also the police department's advisory to the public, that an eyewitness called into the police station and had reported that she's seen a inmate standing outside of the prison, the Territorial Correctional Facility located here in Tafuna, in American Samoa. And she called the police station, and the police station had called the correctional facility, and then from then on, they realized that he wasn't in his cell. All right. Now, in 2016, they had built a new building that cost $3 million, a building inside the corrections facility, a building, a new cell that can hold up to 114 inmates, according to the Pacific Island reports, and of course the Samoa News. I bring this up because our territorial correction facility, it's pretty secured. They have a 12-foot fence surrounding about a 2-acre size of the correctional facility. But probably the past 5-6 years, we've had over 18 prisoners escaping from from corrections. So my concern, it's almost a a normal thing, and we hear it all the time on the news. We hear it all the time on the radio stations, and of course our evening news. But our commissioner of the Department of Public Safety, some of his concerns and some of the reasons why this actually happens on a normal basis, pretty much, is because they're short staffed. You know, so just looking through the budget that we get yearly, there's no budget that goes into the public safeties facilities, you know, improvement. There's none of that inside the, you know, in this allocation of, you know, funds to help. And out of seven out of 18, according to the Radio New Zealand and Pacific Islands report, out of 7 of those reports, they've reported that the inmates could just simply walk out at the main front gate. And from what some of the corrections individuals that I spoke to was because they're short staffed. And the reason why we're short staffed is because there's no funds that go that linked right into helping, you know, promote, maybe hire some more corrections facility officers, or, you know, improve on, you know, the security, adding more personnel for the security force to prevent all these inmates from going out. Because the main issue is, I'd like to argue, or I'd like to, you know, persuade you, we bring this up to our town hall meetings, to our district representative, that, you know, this is something that we have to look into. You know, our safety is at risk. You know, we have kids everywhere, and, you know, that should be a priority as well, just as the same as the priority as we give our education system, or our education department. So there were 13 incidents within these individuals escaping that, you know, committed assault, robbery, and then one case of someone getting shot from an inmate who escaped and then, of course, turned himself right back in. You know, so, and you know, that's the way I see it. I hope you guys, and for some of us out there, it's not a big concern, but here in American Samoa, it is a concern. You know, now the $35.6 million that we get on a yearly basis, on or around, you know, 30 to 40 million dollars, you know, it's taxpayer dollars that, you know, are being used. So I encourage you all to take a good look at this issue and then bring this up to your representative. I would truly appreciate it. Thank you so much.